Hey guys, Keon here, and today I'm bringing a new series to this channel. I have Vaporwave, playthroughs, Pokemon videos, but now adding to my video collection is this new series I'm calling For the Love of Anime. The name was given to me by my good pal Blackwater Jesus. Check his channel out. And this series follows my reviews and thoughts on animes I watch and giving my opinion on them. And without further ado, let's get into this. So to start off the first episode, I'm going with one of my favorite animes, and it's a shonen classic for its era, and it's YuYu-Hakusho. YuYu-Hakusho was illustrated by Yoshihiro Togashi back then and was released back in December 3rd, 1990 and ran all the way back in Shonen Jump to July 25th, 1994. While appearing in weekly Shonen Jump, Viz Media handled the US airing since it's the publisher for us in the States. The first time I've ever seen Yu Hakusho was back when original Toonami was airing right after the Adult Swim segment.
On the road of life, second chances are rare.
Watch out, kid!
But for Yusuke Urameshi, fate has intervened.
This is weird.
You have all that's required to be detective of the spirit world.
That's a fancy title.
Between the world of the living and the realm of the dead, he is both champion and protector. Yu-Hakusho premieres Monday, March 3rd at 6.
Now die.
Only Toonami.
Overall, the anime was and still is one of the best in shonens to come out of the era, in my opinion, since it was shonen and somewhat occult due to the main character hunting demons to an extent. There are 19 volumes in the manga and about 112 episodes for the anime. The anime won Shogakukan Manga Award for Shonen Manga in 1993, while the manga sold over 50 million copies around the world.
And so it all begins. This boy's name is Yusuke. He's 14 years old and is supposed to be the hero of this story. But oddly enough, he's dead.
So the plot of this anime follows a young protagonist by the name of Yusuke Urameshi, a 14-year-old delinquent who saves a kid from getting hit by a car. He wasn't supposed to die, so he was given another chance by Koenma, the son of the ruler of demons from the underworld, and works for him as a spirit detective. Yusuke was revived after some tests and works to hunt down rogue demons and apparitions plaguing the human and demon world. We first meet his first companion, Botan, who is the pilot for the River Styx who guides Yusuke to Koenma.
Botan's my name, the pilot of the River Styx. I take care of people like you. I believe in your culture they also call me the Grim Reaper. Ring a bell?
A pretty girl like you? Please, you're no Grim Reaper.
Well, I'm not sure if I should take that as a compliment or an insult.
Koenma, who I also want to note is a baby, a literal baby, with a servant called Ogre, who are also the main comic reliefs to the show as well. As we continue on, Yusuke becomes a spirit detective and fights two notable demons who later become his greatest allies, Hiei and Kurama. He also had to fight Goki and retrieve 3 artifacts from all 3 of them because they invaded Spirit World and stole the artifacts from Koenma's Vault of Treasures. During this time, he acquired the most infamous move in anime history, the Spirit Gun.
As much as you can into your right index finger.
Hey, it's getting warm.
Good. Now all you have to do is aim and shoot. Imagine the trigger in your mind and then pull it tight.
Pull, huh?
Iwamoto, are you all right? What happened?
It worked.
Well, have you decided?
Otan, hey,
Yes, dear.
have you ever not known about something that seemed obvious to everybody else?
That happens to us all, I think. So are you ready now?
Yeah, I am.
Good to hear. Now let's not waste any time and get this baby started.
Hey! Where are you gonna take us?
To the spirit world.
To the what?
The spirit world. We're going to see someone who will explain the ordeal to you and give you what you need.
What? What do I need?
You'll see.
Hey!
And that's the way it is. After his first day of being dead, Yusuke has agreed to undergo a mysterious ordeal that could win back his life. But what adventures await him in the spirit world?
Hello, everybody. It's Photon. We're going to the spirit world to meet some very interesting people. Don't let that pacifier fool you. Koenma is a very wise ruler, and he'll give Yusuke his first glimpse at the ordeal to restore his life. Let's just hope something big and terrible doesn't hatch from that golden egg. And back in the living world, Yusuke must reach the people closest to him so they don't get rid of his body. And things really get crazy when he runs into his greatest rival. It's sure to be exciting when YuYu-Hakusho continues.
During his time fighting some demons, the show also introduces his school life and some really awesome characters that help develop his personality, like his high school crush Keiko and his infamous high school rival Kuwabara.
I swear, could this day possibly get any stupider?
You're a meshy.
Hey, Kuwabara, you're conscious. I'm not used to that.
That was a cheap shot last time, and I was only knocked out for a little bit, okay? Now I'm back, and I'm gonna beat your face up so bad even kittens won't look at you.
So sorry you caught me on such a bad day. It makes me a real jerk. You win! Don't hurt us! I feel better.
Kuwabara, maybe you should stop picking so many fights with Urameshi, huh?
That makes 0 wins and 156 losses.
No! I almost had him that time.
After learning the Spirit Gun, him and Kuwabara end up meeting at this tournament to learn from one of the greatest warriors to ever live in this anime, Genkai. During this, he also uses the tournament to fight and scout out for a demon called Rando, who finds masters and learns techniques before killing them. And Rando was in the human world to steal Genkai's power and become the ultimate demon. So under orders from Koenma, him and Kuwabara go through these trials and tournaments to scout out Rando, who they later defeat and learn the ultimate power that Genkai has.
I heard Master Genkai can fix up the symptoms, so I came here to pay her a visit. But look at this line!
Hey, now look! I agree you need therapy, but are you sure this lady's into that?
Yeah, don't be such an ignoramus, Urameshi. Master Genkai happens to be an expert at the Great Spirit Wave technique. She can do about anything with a person's spirit, and that includes turning the volume way down on mine.
Right, Spirit Wave. Everybody knows about that.
This isn't school, so don't pretend like you're not a doofus!
During this time, Yusuke started to control his spirit gun a little bit more, and we also get to be introduced to Kuwabara's spirit sword, which is freaking awesome ability. After beating Rando and training with Genkai for mastery over his spirit energy, Koema sends him, Kurama, Kuwabara, and Hiei to fight the 4 beasts of the demon world, which they do pretty fast before they go into the next arc, the Black Tournament.
That's what you're doing up here at Records, sir?
No, but I'll tell you anyway. I'm looking for information on the 4 Saint Beasts.
No! You mean you don't know anything about their strength or special powers, and you already sent Yusuke to fight them?
That's right.
But sir, that's just terrible. He's fighting blind.
Those beasts have already begun an invasion of the Earth. I didn't have a choice. If you'd prefer, I could send you there instead.
No, sir, you're right.
Of course I am. Now make yourself useful and look at that book stack.
We first get introduced to the Black Tournament by Yusuke and the gang rescuing Hiei's little sister from a black market dealer and meeting the Toguro brothers, who are human turned demon. Toguro made sure that Yusuke entered this thing called the Black Tournament, which was hosted by rich humans who made demons fight against each other to the death.
Well, Tarukane, your tastes are unique.
Discovering you demons has been quite a pleasure. Gives me plenty of new things to spend my money on. Lights up! This beauty's name is Helen. Believe it or not, she's a human creation. Black market genetic engineering. They were trying to make her into a weapon, but they could never control the gal, so I got her at a pretty good deal. I want you to kill her barehanded. Surely he could beat those intruders, but he won't take on that beast, giving me an excuse to drive down his price.
I don't feel like killing her.
Oh, I love a winning gamble, especially when I bluff. Hey!
Of course, with my job, I do many things I do not enjoy.
What are you doing? Are you stinking crazy? Who's gonna make you Kana cry me more jewels after Helen rips you apart? I didn't mean for you to go in there for real!
Then you shouldn't have asked. 30% of my strength? Yes, that should be more than enough for her.
What? Am I going blind or is he getting bigger?
I'm a very untalented apparition. The only thing I can do is change the size of my muscles. Hey, don't blame me. Blame the science that created you, the human that made me. Not even the best of contracts justifies killing as cruelly as I have just done. I apologize to this creature.
Get alone! I love this guy! Rips them in half, and then he says he's sorry. Boy, you have got to be my bodyguard. Top pay!
I'll think about it.
Seriously, Toguro, now let me get this straight. You saying you only use 30% of your whole strength to do her in?
Yeah, 20% probably would have done a cleaner job. But I do tend to get carried away.
Sakashita, get your ass to the telephone!
Sir, I've already notified the black market.
That's not what I mean, dimwit! Call the boys from the Black Club together.
I see, sir. You wish to place a wager.
During this time, he made a team with the gang and Genkai and participated in this black tournament. He plowed through various and difficult foes and lost friends on the way, like his master Genkai. He ended up meeting Toguro in the end and beating him finally after round of dangerous enemies and foes and making friends along the way too. During this time, we find out a lot about the history of Genkai, who is the lover of Toguro, and we also get to see Yusuke unleash everything he has to fight for what is dear to him.
Where did he go?
Toguro's knocked down.
He's gotta be feeling that one!
This was the first time I could use my absolute strength, and you answered. It was the only way it could end.
After the Black Tournament, when Yusuke comes back home, he ends up fighting 3 superhumans with a team only to find out that it was a test made by Genkai, who was later stated that she was revived, which I think is pretty sweet. The reason why she did this test was because the previous spirit detective was opening up a demon portal so that demons can invade the human world. So Yusuke, the gang, and the 3 new additions to the team made their way to fight Shinobi Sensui, who was continuing where Saikyo left off. During this time, Yusuke dies but is brought back as a partial demon where he finds out about his ancestral and defeats Sensui.
Countryside, I wander far
After this arc, Yusuke comes home once again, but this time gets stripped of the title of Spirit Detective, because there is a fear that Yusuke's demon blood will make him go rampant in the human world. During this time, his ancestor Ryzen makes a deal with Yusuke for him to take over his territory since it's on the brink of starvation and will restore political balance within the demon plane. The two other rulers, Mukuro and Yomi, are about to do wars, so Yusuke hosted a tournament so that a new ruler for his territory can be named so that he can restore balance. During the tournament, Yusuke gets defeated, but still stays in the demon world for a little bit longer before returning back home and reuniting with his friends.
There, in that tower, our king is waiting for you. From this point on, you're on your own.
Knock, knock.
Welcome, my son. What's the matter? You're too big and cool to give your old man a hug.
You're not my dad! Now tell me! Why did you have to get involved? When I was fighting Sensui, what did you do? Tell me or I'm gonna kick your ass!
That's why I did it. For your own good, you ungrateful bastard. That human would have killed you. You may have inherited my genes, but you haven't the slightest idea what to do with them. Shame to waste them. On a weakling like you.
I'll waste you!
Well, that sounds about right for a father-son reunion.
Had enough, boy. See how your feeble skills pale in comparison to mine, or is my lesson too dense for you?
The only thing I see is an overconfident dead man.
I'll make you a deal. If you can move me from my throne, I'll more than gladly give it to you, son, along with my life.
Keep your throne. Your life is good enough for me! Well, not sitting so pretty now.
You hear, but you don't listen, child. You move the throne, not me. A tedious technicality to be sure, but we are men of honor. Don't you worry, though, we'll get your prize yet. As long as my body continues to shrink at this pace, I'll no doubt be dead within the span of a year.
Right. The low human diet's working wonders for you.
As for the matter of my throne, you'll have to get much stronger if you're to fend off my enemies.
For the first time, Yusuke has met face to face with his ancestral father. But as Ryzen attempts to make Yusuke stronger, the other two demon lords make their own preparations.
Compared to other animes of its time like Dragon Ball Z and One Piece, etc., I really have a soft spot for this anime and have a lot of memorable and priceless memories associated with it, even without putting on my nostalgic goggles on. The anime's plot is really actiony and really engaging. The plot is unique with some really notable characters and climaxes in anime history. It's very aesthetic and captures the themes and music of its time mixed in with hand-drawn animations, where in today's era everything is digital. When watching Yu Hakusho, you can't help but get sucked in and be a part of their world. It's like going back in time to an era where anime was at its best. There are some inconsistencies, like fillers, but not a lot of it. And there's breaks between arcs, which is really refreshing, but overall, there's no bad qualities to this anime, which is pretty awesome. I'd rate this anime a good 10 out of 10 for me, and that's the first episode for the love of anime. Thanks for tuning in and watching this video. If you like this video, make sure to give a thumbs up and turn the bell icon for more videos that I post. And if you agree with this video, disagree, or have any opinions, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know what anime I should do next. This is Keon signing off.
Marking off my legacy of worldly deeds. Tick tock tick. Constantly I think of things I can't complete. Well, it's time to throw